Hi, I'm John. This is Scarlett, the four-eyed cuda, and welcome back to the channel. This is the next video in the interior installation series. Today we're going to do the rear door cards and seat belts. Hopefully should be fairly straightforward. Seat belts are just one bolt each, and the plastic panels are 3 screws. There is a 4th hole that I'm going to see if I can utilize, but according to the books, there's 3 screws that hold those on. So I'm hoping it'll be fairly easy. They were fairly easy to remove, but it did take some finagling to remove them. So I'm assuming there'll be some finagling to put them back in. Let's take a look and start with probably the passenger side, and then we'll move on. But I'm not going to bore you with both sides if both sides are the same. And so let's get to it. Okay, hopefully you can see these okay. I did put a light on it, so that's why it looks a little funny, but that's where we're at. So I've got the door cards up against the wall, and just like the tip I gave you in the previous video, I said put all your stuff in a plastic bag, then when you need it, you've got it. And so I put each individual section in its own plastic bag. I went over to my stack of bags, I pulled out the right bags, and now I should be ready to go. Okay, for the rear seat, it's got one bolt that holds it in. The male side goes on the outside of the car, and the female side with the longer strap goes up and over the seat. And it has one bolt as well, which you can see right there by my pinky. And it's a 13/16 bolt, so all you gotta do is tighten them down and you're done. I'm going to point them up because that's where they're going to be used, and that's the way they were when I look back at the video to show me how it was in originally. So there's another hint. If you're working on a project and it's going to be a couple weeks maybe before you get back to the reinstallation, take videos of everything, even if they don't make the YouTube cut, and that way you can go back to your raw video and see the little hints that you're going to need for reinstallation. So here we go. Okay, both the driver and passenger side seat belts are in, and my helpful hint is to start it with your fingers, get it lined up, and then pretend like it's going up behind the seat and then forward, and then it will click in like you're clicking into the belt. That'll tell you whether or not you have your belt twisted. And I don't know about you, but that always frustrates me. So do it now so you don't have to take your seat out to redo it later. On to the door cards. Hopefully that will go just as easy as the seat belts. Okay, apologies. I keep saying door cards. I know they're not door cards. They are rear panels. I don't know why I keep saying door cards, but I am. And so I am going to try to say rear panel from now on. But if I make a mistake, I've already admitted to it. So please have some grace and realize that you and I both know what I'm talking about, even though for whatever reason I keep saying the wrong term. So now on to the rear panel installation. Okay, so that's in. So how did I do it? I set it in first and saw how it would line up. So then I pulled it out a little bit because the rear panel wraps around the pinch mark of on the door jamb. So that wraps around like that, and it's curved up. So I started at the top curve, went down, slid it in. It was a little bit out, and then I noticed at the rear part over here, that very end tip goes underneath the, let's see if I can get that in. That very end tip goes underneath the door, or sorry, the window trim. So that holds that piece down there, and then you've got the 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Now the other screw's out of sight, but you got the 3 screws, and that's what holds it in. This little screw hole down below here, that does nothing. There's no panel, no nothing to screw that in. I don't know why the hole's there, it just is. And then I put the window crank on, it cranks up and down, and it's done. And now I'll do the driver's side. If the driver's side is the exact same, I won't mention it. I'll just show a picture of it being completed. But if I do discover something interesting, I will record it. This is something I should have shown you before with the other side. There should be a hole in that jute pad for that screw. And it's not a big deal. It just means you gotta, screw through the jute. And so it takes a little bit of effort, a little bit more than usual, but otherwise it's no big deal. So that's the only nuance that I've discovered so far. And it is in with the window crank and the passenger side, just like before. It was not that difficult. It was probably easier going in than coming out. Well, as you can see, I've got some cleaning to do, but other than that, I'm going to call it done. I'm very happy with it. The next video, putting in the rear seats. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.